Hello my dear friends, you're on the Military Summary channel, and this special episode we're going to talk about the situation in the Red Sea and in the Gulf of Aden and the Persian Gulf. As you can see, there are a lot of icons. As you know, the United States of America has redeployed their fleet in this area, not just there, but there is a coalition. And according to information we have, the Pentagon announced the start of multinational operation to protect the Red Sea amid Houthi attacks on commercial ships. The operation will bring together several countries, including the United Kingdom, Bahrain, Canada, France, Italy, the Netherlands, Norway, Seychelles, and Spain to jointly address security concerns in the Southern Red Sea and Gulf of Aden to ensure freedom of navigation for all countries and strengthening regional security. Those were the words of Lloyd Austin. And to implement his words, the United States of America start redeploying their ships in this area. And we have the first ships that have already arrived on this territory. Of course, we are talking about the air carrier class Nimitz USS Dwight Eisenhower CVN 69. Air carrier, very powerful one. The second ship belonged to United Kingdom. This is HMS Diamond D-34 type destroyer. The third ship we're going to talk about is the French frigate Languedoc D-653. The next ship is another air carrier USS Carl Vinson CVN 70 class Nimitz. Another ship is USS Carneer DDG-64 type destroyer class Alright Burke. The next ship is USS Laboon DDG-58 type destroyer class Alright Burke, and the final ship that have already arrived in this territory is USS Mason DDG-87 class Alright Burke type destroyer. And the main purpose of this ship is to secure the trade route. So what trade route we are talking about? As I understand, the main reason of arriving of the ship is to secure the oil and gas transportation from Qatar, using the Persian Gulf, using the Arabian Sea, using the Gulf of Aden, using and using the Red Sea, and then the ships can get to the Suez, and after bypassing Suez, the trade ship can get in Mediterranean Sea. So the United States of America need to establish 100% security over this territory, because if they're not able to do this, then the prices for oil will increase and gas will increase significantly. And this is going to be another very powerful strike against United States economy, Israeli economy, and against the European economy, because we have already reports that a lot of companies took a decision already to leave Red Sea. And Greek companies, we have a lot of updates that companies all over the world stop working with Israeli. So this is a real blockade. This is a real blockade established by the Yemeni forces and Ansar Allah. Furthermore, when talking about Yemeni and Ansar Allah itself, according to information we have, the leader of Ansar Allah, Abdul Malik Badr al-Din al-Houthi, told us that since the very beginning we have been wishing for direct war against the USA and Israel. This is a beloved thing for us, and we have been dreaming of it, to fight them directly instead of fighting their mercenaries. And to ensure his words, the Yemeni forces published the video of mobilization process on this territory. Significant number of people are joining the Yemeni army. Of course, it's very difficult to understand how these people are going to fight against the United States and coalition fleet. Obviously, at least for now, I don't see any possibilities to start ground operation, and I don't think that coalition is going to do this. If there are going to be any things, the coalition will bomb the territory of Yemen, trying to destroy the forces, the bases, the concentrations, and so on. But the question is, what do Yemeni forces have to fight with the United States of America? And we have a few answers to this question. For example, since the beginning of the 19th of November, there were a lot of attacks against the trade ships in this territory, and Ansar Allah and Yemeni forces, Houthi, were using drone strikes, they were using missile strikes, they were using just raids with vessels and so on. So different types of approaches Yemenis has, how to capture ships, how to stop ships, how to force them to step back and retreat and to turn. Interesting update about the situation with the ship, that the Russian ships, the Russian fleet, the Russian trade ships wasn't affected by this situation, and there are no problems for the Russian oil and gas cargo ships to bypass this territory. So this is very interesting, and this is basically a war between Yemeni and Israeli fleet and the trade fleet of Western countries who support Israel and Gaza and support Israel all over the world. The question is, who supports Yemeni? Because we understand highly unlikely the Ansar Allah and Yemeni are able to fight with United States of America with this very powerful fleet. And you might think and you might say that the Iran is the country that stands behind Yemen. But if you ask my opinion, currently Iran have a lot of things to do in Gaza and Lebanon. They support Hamas, Hezbollah, and they're completely focused on this situation. So you may ask, then who support Yemen and who behind this country? Because without any support, Yemen is not able to stand against the coalition fleet. Of course, it's not Russia, but I'm not saying that the Russians are neutral. No, obviously Russia support this situation. The Russians are very interested in the another escalation on this territory. So according to my opinion, there is just one country that plays significant role in and stand behind Yemen. So the first country that stands behind Yemen, and this is China. You may ask, so what is the connections between China and Yemen? And the thing is that yesterday we got update from the US officials that Xi Jinping informed Biden that Beijing will reunify Taiwan with mainland of China, but the timing has not yet been decided. That's update according to US official. But even this report doesn't explain why China stands behind Yemen. The thing is that if China ever going to reunify Taiwan with the China, obviously this is not going to be the guerrilla operation like we can see right now in Gaza. It's like the methods of Iran. This is not going to be the ground operation with landing, when China forces will attack and storm cities and ruin them with artillery, as we can see right now in Ukraine. This is not going to be obviously like this. The battle and the reunifying process between Taiwan and China is going to be a fleet battle. The battle between Chinese fleet and, let's say, coalition fleet of the Western countries and Taiwan, somewhere in this area. And obviously, it's very good when a significant part of a coalition, the United States fleet, is located somewhere here. They can't leave this territory, because if Western countries will leave this territory, will leave this, let's say, Red Sea, these Gulfs, and will send the fleet to Taiwan, obviously this entire passage will be blocked by Yemen, and this can affect significantly the world economy. The prices for oil and gas will be increased significantly. So basically the United States of America are forced to keep their fleet here to secure the roads and to support the world economy. And of course this is like best thing for China, because even if there are going to be any clashes, at least that fleet, the Western countries will not be able to redeploy in this area to stop China for reunifying process. So this is the situation. Once again, at least in the world, we have a lot of hot points: Russia in Ukraine, Iran in Gaza and Lebanon, and now China involved in the situation and starts supporting Yemen and Ansar Allah Houthi forces in the Red Sea and the Gulf, Persian Gulf and the Gulf of Aden. Very interesting situation, and we'll see what is going to be next. And that's it for this special episode. Military Summary channel reminds lines to condemn any violence in the world. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to my channel, put your likes, join my Patreon, and have a good day. Bye bye.